Hello beauties, it's Brittany and welcome back to my channel. Today I wanted to share with you some of my recent favorite products that I've been using in my daily routines when I am wearing makeup. This is what I've been wearing and I'm super excited to share it with you. First off, I've been doing my brows like super bold. I don't know if I love it, I don't know if I hate it. I have to establish my thoughts on that so far, but I do know that this product is the one that I've been using. It's giving me the results that I want at the moment, and it is the Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil in the shade 2.75. This is a blonde color, I think, essentially, and it has a pretty fine tip to it and a spoolie on the other side. Now, a few things I like about this. The pencil is very creamy, so it's easy to brush it through the eyebrows, and the tip is so precise, it's easy to draw lines where you feel like you need color. The downsides of this is the spoolie collects a lot of color, so if you disperse the pencil throughout your eyebrows and then try to brush it, it does bring product like up on top of the brow and below the brow. My solution to that is just to clean up with concealer afterwards, which is something I've never really done with my brows before, but I do find I have to do with this pencil. Another good thing is that it lasts all day. Like, it stays in my brows. It does not move, it does not smudge, it doesn't come off at all. Like, it stays put. Another downside is that this isn't my exact color. Like, I feel like it works pretty well, but I feel like I could have something with a little more red to it and not as dark. Like, it makes my brows look really dark, and I want to have like the structure without the depth. Does that make sense? So I would prefer if the color was a little bit lighter or a little bit more auburn or something. Like, something's just a little off for me. But all in all, I did repurchase another one and I'm finding that it works well day to day. Let's talk about eyes. I picked up the Scott Barnes 62 brush along with a couple others, but this has definitely been my favorite one. I reach for this one most days, if not every day. Something I love about this brush is how soft it is. It is unbelievably luxurious. Like, it feels like what you paid for it, which is a lot. I did get it on sale on the Macy's website, I believe it was, and I picked up, I might as well show you, I picked up the 63 brush, which is another eyeshadow brush, and a face brush in 65. So I do really like those, but this has been the one that kind of stands out to me the most, so I want to mention it specifically. And I love the like the handle feels very luxurious. However, it is a very long handle, so if you are somebody who maybe doesn't wear their glasses or contacts when you're getting ready, like myself, and you need to have the mirror pretty close, it's hard to have the mirror straight up on your eye and be able to blend your brush without knocking your mirror. This could just be a me problem, but I feel like a lot of us tend to like hold a mirror of some sort close up while we're blending, and I'm constantly like hitting my mirror. But I just move a little bit away and deal with it because the brush is the perfect shape for getting color into the crease. It's also amazing for blending shadows out on the outer corner. I just feel like it's a really great shape. It's really nicely made. It definitely is something I'm reaching for day to day over a lot of other brushes to help blend out that first color on the lid. It is more on the large side, so you definitely are going to get product kind of everywhere on the lid except for maybe the center lid if you have a smaller eyelid like I do, but I definitely love this for like my first transition color and then just blending product out in general. And the eyeshadows I've been wearing day to day are from the ColourPop and Kathleen Light's So Jaded palette. I cannot tell you how many looks I've created with this palette. The quality is amazing. The price point was not bad at all, and they are you know, they're ColourPop eyeshadows, so if you have any experience with those eyeshadows, they are really nicely formulated. They blend out super easy. The shimmers are really gorgeous, especially if you spritz your brush with a little bit of Fix Plus or some kind of mixing medium. I definitely do find for the shimmers I need some kind of mixing medium, like the shade Pearl I have on my inner corner today, and if I just use it on its own, it doesn't pack as much punch as if I spray my brush, but I have the color Diamond on my eyelid today, patted with my finger, just kind of messily all over, and it gives the lid such a gorgeous shimmer. It's one of their super shock shadows, so it has a creamy consistency to it. Definitely one that I reach for a lot, like a lot. And rose quartz is my favorite transition color just for every day for throwing in the crease with my Scott Barnes 62 brush. Kathleen Lights has done a lot of tutorials on this palette. There are so many online, like on YouTube. If I just don't really know what to do day to day, I search there and find some tutorials. Today what I did is I simply put rose quartz in the crease. I used a Charlotte Tilbury cream shadow in Jane on the lid, and then I used diamond on top of that, pearl in the inner corner. Very simple, soft look with like a touch of shimmer, and I love it. For foundation, I have actually been wearing a BB cream, and this is the M Perfect Cover BB cream, and I actually talked about this in my Amazon's favorite video that I recently posted. I got this on Amazon, obviously. It was like $11. It is a super lightweight BB cream. This is not gonna be your full coverage type of deal. It's definitely very lightweight. It has SPF 42, so definitely not something you're gonna wear for maybe your wedding day, let's say, when you're gonna be taking flash photography photos. It has apparently some like skincare benefits to it as well. I'm not using it necessarily for the skincare benefits. I'm using it because it's simple to use day to day. I work, and day to day I just need to put on like simple makeup, some foundation, brow product, mascara, concealer, blush, out the door. And this is fabulous for massaging in with your fingers. I definitely have never in the past been somebody who loves to apply foundation with my fingers, and still I don't like the texture or the consistency on my hands. I have to clean them like immediately, but it does apply gorgeous with your fingers. So just one or two pumps depending on how much you're looking to kind of cover up, and it's not buildable coverage. So it's not like something you're gonna put on and then maybe put another layer on and get like more coverage. It's very lightweight. So keep that in mind when you're applying it, and then touch up with concealer. And the concealer I've been touching up with is the NARS Crème Brulee Soft Matte Complete Concealer. Really late to the game on this. I have purchased this a while ago at IMATS in Toronto and hadn't really been grabbing for it because I did buy a shade that's too dark for me. This is, like I said, light 2.5. I am very fair, so I kind of have to mix this together with that BB cream in order for it to blend onto the skin. I do really want to get a shade that actually matches me. I started watching this YouTuber, Jamie French, I think her name is. I'll have her channel listed below. She has endless amounts of knowledge and information about makeup application. She is a working makeup artist, and I am as well, so I'm always looking for tips and tricks from other people who do the same thing that I do. And something that she mentioned was using a cream concealer like this versus something that comes in a doe foot applicator like the Makeup Revolution one to spot conceal blemishes, because this, no matter if it's a hydrating one or not, is not going to be as hydrating as something like this. And she even says that you can use like a foundation that's like a thicker cream foundation, but this is what I had in my collection, so I said, what the heck, let me just give it a try. And I've been loving the results that I'm getting. I constantly have blemishes. I break out a lot, and it's from trying a variety of products day to day. It's from hormones, it's from just the natural balance of my skin. And so I need something that's going to cover blemishes, and that I can cover blemishes on other people. This has been doing that for me, and I was worried because it says soft matte that it would be drying, but no. It's just that the finish has a matte-ish finish, like a soft matte finish, which is good for a blemish because you don't want to draw attention to it. You don't want it to have shine to it. You want it to be evened with your skin tone, and you don't want to highlight it. And you want it to have good coverage. So, been loving this. If you have blemishes or scarring or really red areas that you need to cover, definitely recommend checking this out in your shade that matches your complexion exactly. And I've been applying it with the Morphe E21 brush, and I'll just pat the area, like this whole area of my face has blemishes, and I'll pat it like on the areas, and then massage it in with my finger or a not wet beauty blender, like a dry beauty blender, because I don't want to pick up any product. And it's been working really well for me. I have been loving this for my skin. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Instant Magic Facial Dry Sheet Mask. Now this is not like any sheet mask I had ever tried before this one. It is dry, as the name would imply, and the way that it goes on your face is absolutely insane. I feel like I look like a monster with it on. But you loop it around your ears, the top part and the bottom part, and you're supposed to massage it into the skin. So sometimes I'll use my Nurse Jamie roller and I'll roll the skin for a while. Sometimes I'll just use my hands, but you need to like stimulate the mask with heat. So the mask being on your skin and then massaging it creates that heat, which makes the product sink into the skin, and you're left with such a glowing complexion afterwards. You can use this multiple times as well. It's not something that you're only gonna get one use out of. I've used mine 3 times now. Today was my 3rd time using it, and I tend to, you know, use it on a day when it's like a special occasion, like I brought it with on vacation. But today I did want to show you like the results that you can get from it and how ridiculous you look with it on. But I definitely recommend it, and I think it's very fairly priced for something that you can use a few times. Like some sheet masks, like the Genifique from Lancome, I think that's around the same price as this one, and that one's just a sheet mask that you get one use out of. So, and the concept of it is just really, really cool. The fact that it's not wet, that it's dry when it goes on, but it does leave your skin with like something on it, like a serum or something, like it has a glow to it. So I highly recommend that. It's definitely a unique product, and if you're as into skincare as I am, it's definitely something fun and new to try. And depending on, you know, your clientele, if you do makeup artistry, you could use it on somebody and maybe like upcharge for that type of thing. However, it's not sanitary to use it on multiple people, but love that. For myself, it's amazing for special events when you need your skin to just look amazing, or like just even a special day, like your birthday. You just want your skin to be looking great. That's definitely a fabulous product to use. If you watched my recent haul video, you saw that I picked up the Jeffree Star Translucent Powder. Now this powder smells amazing. It sets the skin like a dream. It fills in pores in a way that I did not know a powder could fill in pores. I am definitely testing a lot of different techniques when it comes to makeup recently, because I've been, now this might surprise you because I am a huge primer person, but I'm trying to actually establish if primer is something that my skin needs, because there's a lot of talk that primer is just baloney. Like it is just an unnecessary thing that the marketing people have thrown our way, which I'm sure there's a billion things like that. I know that there are, but I am trying to figure out if primer is something that I feel like I need to purchase again and again, and if it's something that I need to use while I'm working on other clients. So powder has become an essential thing in my routine for testing out to see if it can maybe do the same thing that a primer says that it'll do, that like pore filling, mattifying primers that are out there. Can a powder just do the same thing? I'm thinking it can. And this powder has been achieving all of my dreams, filling in my pores, setting my face so I don't look oily, but also making me not look like a cake face. And the scent is very pleasant, and the packaging is incredible because it has this sifter, so you can twist it to your liking to get however much product you want out of here. And I love that. And I'm pretty sure that Jeffree Star's entire brand is vegan and cruelty-free. If not vegan, it definitely is cruelty-free. This is kind of a surprise for me. I didn't know I was gonna like this as much as I do, and I'm not even sure like how past me knew to purchase this, but I love it. This is the Fleshpot Eye and Cheek Gloss. I talked about this in a recent like chit chat video I did where I did my makeup. The consistency is very jelly-like. It has little reflex shimmer in it. I'm not sure if it's holographic or what it would be qualified as, but it's fabulous on the skin. It looks so natural. I will put this on under my foundation, especially with like a light BB cream where it's not going to give me full coverage, so you can still see it kind of shining through. It stays all day long, and every time I wear this, I get compliments on like how fresh my skin looks. Like It's just a very nice natural product, and I'll even do this on days when I'm not doing like a full face. Like if I'm just doing my basic, like going to work, simple makeup, I'll put a little bit of this on under my BB cream, and I might not put like another powder highlight on top, and my skin just looks like fresh and healthy. I highly recommend that. And in a world where we have endless access to a plethora of cream highlighters, liquid highlighters, jelly highlighters, powder highlighters, that one is definitely standing out to me in my day-to-day routine as something that I want to put on my skin. And I use it with like a dry beauty blender. I'm using like the Morphe JEFFREE Star one, and I use the like tiny pointed end to just dab a little bit on my cheekbones, even up into the brow bone area and above the brow. It just looks so natural and beautiful and ethereal. I love it. This one doesn't appear to have a shade name on it either, so I don't know if there are multiple shades. I've been loving these two blushes that I have from ColourPop. One is definitely more on the pink side, and the other is very unique and very like orange almost. I have Main Chick, and it's definitely like a corally, pinky kind of color, like my basic go-to blush, but I've actually been mixing it with Retrograde, which is definitely out of my comfort zone. It's really fun to play with bright colors though, especially like when you're just sitting down at the end of the night before you've removed any of your makeup, like just layer things. It's just one of my favorite times to experiment with really bright colors or things that I wouldn't wear day to day. And this blush is definitely very loud, but also really good for deeper skin tones. So I've been mixing the two of these together, and that's what I have on my cheeks today. And I like that the pinky one is matte, and then Retrograde has a little bit of like a shimmer satin to it, so it gives me like a little bit of shine but not too much, and I just really like them. I love that the pans are really large. You can definitely buy it with a component as well. You don't have to get it in a pan without anything. I just wanted to do that to put it in my Z palette, to maybe also put in my kit. I'm always testing things for that. That's my favorites recently. I could have talked to you about like 900 other things because I haven't filmed a favorites video in so long, but that's the things that I'm like reaching for die hard right now that I felt like were a little bit more unique to share with you. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also subscribe to my channel, hit the notification ring bell thing so that you can get notified, and so that also like my stuff just shows up in your subscription feed. But have a beautiful day. Thank you for your time, and every product will be listed down below.